largely the same ones. I see Maxine Waters, a lowlife. I see, all these people. They don't love our country. They don't.
Yes.
No, he said he's a federal employee. We pay him. We raise money to make sure that we have a Department of Education. Everybody that's hired at the Department of Education are here because we pay for them to be here. He's standing here today, blocking the door, and he can't give us a good reason why he's blocking this door.
Make sure they see right here. All access entrance.
Well, and I think it should be clear to parents in the United States, if you want to advocate on behalf of your children, you are not allowed to come into this building where you pay taxes. Parents who have children who are disabled, access is being blocked. You voted for members of Congress to advocate on behalf of your children. Children with disabilities, for young women who have been victims of sexual assault in our classrooms, on our school grounds. Members of OCR are fighting for your children. We are not allowed in the building to talk to them. We are not allowed to advocate on behalf of America's children. America,
Look him in the eye. Come on, hold your face up. Look at him. Let him see you. This is him. Look at it. What's your name? Tell us your name. Give me that ID again.
Giving you the ID, I showed it to you.
So what?
I showed you the ID.
You do what?
I showed you the ID.
Could you let me see the ID again? Huh?
No.
No? Will someone else ask him for the ID? Will you ask him for it? He won't let me see it again. You didn't see it. You didn't see it. They didn't see it.
What? These people are sick. And she's a bully. She's an old bully bitch.
Yes, she is.
Bully bitch.
Love our country. We want great education. So they rank 40 countries in education. We're ranked dead last. But the good news is we're number one in one category. You know what that is? Cost per pupil. We spend more per pupil than any other country in the world. You look at Norway, Denmark, Sweden, various countries all up and down, Finland. China does very well in education. And then you look at us. We spend much more money than they do per pupil or any other way. But we spend much more money than they do, and yet we're ranked this year, Biden's last year, congratulations, Joe, we're ranked dead last. So what I want to see is education. Number one, I like choice. We all like choice. But beyond choice, long beyond choice, I want to see it go back to the states where great states that do so well have no debt. They're operated brilliantly. They'll be as good as Norway or Denmark or Sweden or any of the other highly ranked countries. They'll be, you probably have 30, I think.
This is terrible. You know, I didn't even get upset. I was laughing so much because they look stupid. First of all, and I don't know any federal building. How about when they did that to the Capitol? They had people locked up on J6s and called them insurrectionists. But outside of that, do you all know any government building, no less federal buildings, where anybody can storm in like that and with a mob basically or a group of people? No, you don't. You do your protesting outside like they're supposed to. Fine. That security guard needs to get an award. I don't know, a Medal of Freedom or something. He really does. He told her flat out, no. It was hilarious.
It was like, when you're at church and the old people want a better seat and they got there late and they be trying to push you off the pew. Hey, move on down there. Hold on, lady. This is a federal office building. Just like I can't show up at her building to her office with 89 other people, a camera crew, some news reporters, and storm into her office. It is the same courtesy that is extended to the Department of Education. But here's the kicker. I don't think Miss Maxine want any part of Linda McMahon. She don't want none of that smoke. None of it. She better be lucky Linda wasn't there. This is not the woman she wants to go toe-to-toe with, because everything Miss Maxine pretends to be, Linda McMahon actually is. Yeah, you better listen. You better think a bottle of Tito's she wasn't there. Because listen, they're looking for trouble for any reason, just to get people to catch on to something. They've thrown everything up against the wall, but the reality is things are happening so fast, they don't know what to protest next, right? So you figure they roll out all the old people in the middle of the day to go to the Department of Education. Jasmine Crockett is somewhere talking about white boy tears. I mean, they're all over the place. And I love it. And I can't wait for them to keep the pressure on. Don't take your foot off the gas. Let's just keep going with these people.
Exactly.
And you know why they're upset? These old biddies are clinging to the waste is wonderful hill. They are so upset that Trump, Elon Musk, and the rest of the administration is cutting waste, is cutting this spending spree. Because why? Because we found out that much of the spending that they have been doing is being funneled to their pick-me groups and their special interest groups. And they are upset about it. They are upset about it. And it's really sickening. And you have the nerve, that woman, the old one with the glasses, is going to say they're advocating for the children.
Right.
Are you advocating for parents who want to know if their child is being indoctrinated in school? Are you advocating for parents when you try to keep this information from parents who say, if my child wants to go by another name, I want to know? Are you advocating for parents when you try to take parental rights away from parents who do not affirm the gender that you all place on their child in school? No.
Right. They come up with this stuff. They've had plenty of time to write and correct the education system, if you will, in states at the department level. We spend, as a country, if you will, as a country, not per state. States might average a little bit more or less, but we spend about $15,000 to $16,000 average per pupil on public education. And what do we get for it? 4th and 8th graders can't do math and reading. They're failing. Here in Maryland, the scores and the status is pitiful. They are pitiful rankings of our students. Yet these people, these same congressmen, the Maxine Waters types, and I don't know the other lady's name, these are the people, they come out now when the funds are being cut and all of the accountability is coming up, the transparency, and they're making this squawk. They don't give a damn about parents and their children. What they are doing is they're trying to hold on to their own power. That's all it is, bottom line.
Well, they're trying to cut them off before they get to their pockets, especially Miss Maxine. She's been around long enough to have a couple of, bones buried in the yard. And Elon and Big Balls, apparently, is out here doing their best work, And I'm here for all of that energy, folks. Listen, as you may have surmised, I'm a Trump voter, but I am so excited about what this administration has been doing. Consistently, everything on that agenda has been pushing and pushing and pushing. Don't believe the hype that you hear in the media that there's some kind of internal civil war between Republicans and people snatching wigs and all of that. No, ma'am. We're keeping our foot on the gas. This agenda is going to happen, and it's going to happen within that 4-year term. And the more we get done early, we could set up for the next 4 years for JD, right?
I love it.
Oh, yeah. One thing that we can take, I think there are a good amount of people that, may have voted for Kamala Harris and regret it, or are actually, held their nose. They weren't, totally happy about Trump, but voted for him and are happy about their vote. And so this brings me to this clip here. I want to take you guys to this woman who says she voted for Kamala, but she's glad that Trump won. This is clip 8.
All right, y'all. Listen, let me be one of the first Black women that was a part of the 92 or the 93% that voted for Kamala to come out and just say it. I regret voting for Kamala. I really do. I regret voting for her. Already into Trump's presidency, not even a full month, and this man has already secured borders. He's already signing bills that are taking place that are uplifting this country. Me not doing my history and really, being investigative and seeing all the things that Trump has done, and now having an eye opener and really looking at this man and seeing exactly how this man works has really put something on my heart. And I don't know what I was thinking going in there voting for Kamala in the first place. I'm glad of the results. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad that Trump is in there, but me being so lost and participating into the whole Kamala run, and now taking a step back, looking at how this president here is really running things, and it hasn't even been a whole month, is something that I do think about. So, you know, I advise people that are in the Democratic Party, myself, to do your research. Really do your research, okay? Because I can definitely say that as a black woman, a part of the 93%, I made an error. I can admit that. I can take accountability and admit that.
All right. All right.
She came to her own conclusion. She admitted, you know, what she calls her mistake or error. I have nothing to say. I'm glad to hear it. I mean, you know, I applaud her.
Yeah.
And I'm going to encourage her to keep going, keep learning.
Right.
I like what she said, that she didn't do her research up front. And I think that's probably the most powerful part of her message, is that, you know, as a youngish kind of voter, you should do your research. And I hope that's what people hear, whether or not she likes Trump or not, but she's saying I should have looked a little bit deeper. I think that's a very valid point. And I hope that she does it next election cycle, even if it's just municipals or state elections.
So for her who to say she finally did her research and she's come to the conclusion that Trump was the better candidate, bravo, bravo. I'm really happy for that. And I just pray that more people, you know, become informed, because this is what the Democrat Party, they hate informed voters. They dance, they sing, get celebrities, they get food. Then if that doesn't work, then they start to use fear. They say the other opposite side is racist. They're Hitlers, they're dictators, they're going to unalive us and everything else. So this is what they do. If first they try to bribe you, then if that doesn't work, they scare you.